Chandan was in class 5, a bright and well-mannered boy. His grandfather was sick and in hospital. After school, he would visit his grandpa and give him vibrations. Day by day, his grandfather was getting better with vibrations. Chandan always cheered him up with fun stories about school, stories about his friends, and the surprise treats their mothers packed in their lunch boxes. Grandfather was more like a friend to Chandan. Whenever there was a problem, Chandan would ask him for help. Grandpa narrated the story of a poor boy named Tom, whose mother could not afford to pack a lunchbox, but everyone shared their lunch with him, and that made him happy. One day, Tom came to school with torn shoes, so Chandan asked his grandpa what to do. Grandpa gave money to buy him a new pair of shoes. In the evening, all the kids played together. But an older boy called Sushil was a big bully. He bullied Chandan and made him run errands for him. Chandan obediently obeyed his orders without ever protesting. But one day, Sushil hid his cell phone. Chandan could not speak to his grandfather on the phone. He pleaded with him to return his phone, telling Sushil how important it was for him to speak to his grandfather, as it made him feel better. Then, missing his grandpa, Chandan began to cry. Though Sushil was a bully, his intention was not to hurt Chandan. He just enjoyed playing the big guy because he wanted to be like the big guys in the movies. Sushil couldn't sleep that night. He kept thinking of Chandan's grandfather. What if he got more sick? In the morning, Sushil woke up with a headache. His mother noticed his glum face and asked, "What's the matter, Sushil?" Sushil asked, "Am I a good boy?" She gave him a hug. "Of course, darling." "But if I did something wrong, would I still be a good boy?" "What did you do?" she asked. "Well, I hid Chandan's phone. I know it was wrong of me to do that." His mother replied, "Well, if you realize your mistake and you make amends, then that makes you a good boy." Sushil's face lit up. "Yes, I will go to Chandan's house and return his phone right away." His mother smiled. "And you must say sorry." Sushil nodded eagerly. "But there's one more thing you must do," said his mother. "What?" said Sushil. "Give him your best toy," she replied. Sushil's favorite toy were the skates his father had given him for Diwali. He saw how Chandan eyed them, so he gave them to him. Chandan was delighted. After school, Chandan showed his grandfather the skates. He loved them too. Grandfather said, "It's enough that Sushil apologized. It's very gracious of him to give away his favorite skates. Isn't it a beautiful feeling when someone does something so graciously? That means someone gives happily without expecting anything in return. And if you cherish and like that feeling, you must add to it by doing something in return for him. The more you add to these feelings, then whenever you want, you can think of this graciousness like a beautiful area to enjoy. And then that beautiful feeling pours out on you. So, you must return the skates to him to show that you have forgiven him from your heart. But also, add on to that beautiful feeling of graciousness by being gracious to him yourself." Chandan did so, and although he did not have skates anymore, he felt good, very good, about forgiving and being gracious. The next morning, the doorbell rang. A parcel arrived from grandfather. When Chandan opened the parcel, there was a brand new pair of skates. Chandan jumped up with joy. How gracious of grandfather. Thereafter, every evening, Sushil and Chandan skated together. The next month, the school was having its yearly junior skating competition. Sushil asked Chandan to take part in it, but Chandan was a little nervous. as he was fairly new to skating. Sushil encouraged Chandan and taught him how to improve. If Chandan made mistakes, he would give him support. He would always give him a chance to win. That helped build Chandan's confidence, and soon he took part in the competition. To everyone's surprise, he won the competition. Of course, he gave the credit to Sushil and offered him the prize too. But Sushil declined, saying, "Your graciousness of offering me the prize is the greatest prize for me. I don't need anything else, just the thought." But there was more graciousness awaiting them at home. Grandfather was well now, and he was back home. Not just that, he had bought tickets for everyone to go see a circus. And that's how graciousness brings more graciousness. The end.